Welcome back to the Compound Podcast. This is episode 118, 17.
You say it with a little more life in your voice. You're an all-star.
Episode 118, but episode 1 of Ian being an all-star.
Hey, thanks, guys. There's a lot going on. Before we get into anything,
What are we presented by? Sorry.
we're presented by Parse Rum. Parse, you love Parse. Everybody loves Parse. People get excited about Parse. I might have some Parse.
Not before the game, though.
Not after the game. After the game. We have, Tom's on vacation. Ronnie is filling in. Ronnie is going to Wally Pip Tom. I think it was already stated on the Twitter that you were going to pip him. Give any comments?
Well, I'm not entirely sure what Wally pipping means in this context, but I did see it and I kind of got taken aback. And I was like, I didn't know I was going to do all that, but I'd be happy to Wally pip Tom.
You heard it here first.
I think Dakota
Tom's
would want
fired.
that too. Dakota, do you want to explain why you have beef with Tom?
Because Scott replaces me for one episode. First of all, Tom going all around town saying it's because there's no lights in the lobby. I corrected that. The lights were on. There was 20 dads down there for a volleyball tournament in Indy. What am I going to do? Go sit in the corner and have them be our guests? 20 drunk fathers? No, I don't think so.
That'd be pretty good entertainment, though.
And then he sends Scott a mic, and I'm sitting here holding my mic because my mic stand's broke. Can't get a new one. Unbelievable.
I got a couple things for you. One, anybody who missed last week's episode, go listen to it. Dakota wasn't there. Dakota let his roommate sleep. That's a pro move. It's a pro move.
It was 12:30 when you guys started. I was like, I can't keep my roommate up till 1:30 in the morning.
Let his roommate sleep, and there was drunk dads. Did you see on Twitter the person that tweeted at you to say, indeed, there are drunk dads in Indy because it was like a volleyball player?
Dude, I'm telling you, there was 20 teams down. It was insane. Everywhere you went, there was either basketball or volleyball, like girls. And then I'm like, well, what do you do if you're a dad on those tournaments? You drink.
I just got a snap from Bloomy. He was listening to the last episode and said, I was in Indy last week. I can back Dakota up. The dads were insane.
Right. That's right. Thank you. I am justified.
I do have another bit of news about the mic situation.
Mm-hmm.
You have a cruddy mic too, Ian.
My mic is crud. Yeah. We have the throwback original crud mics.
That's right. We stick to our roots.
Hey, Ronnie, if you really want to Wally Pip Tom, send us a couple new mics when he's out.
Send us some of the good stuff.
Dip into the budget. Get us some high quality sound.
I'll make a couple phone calls. Maybe I have more pull than Tom at this company. Who knows? We'll see. True. I'll put that to test.
I think you might have more pull because you got old Jimmy's Zoom handle instead of Tom's using. Who's Tom? What's Tom's name on the Zoom?
David.
Ooh.
David, like Mendelson.
David
yeah.
Mendelson.
Yeah, that's BBD. Tom. Yeah, I have Jimmy's. Who knows? Well, James O'Brien. I've heard of him. He's pretty cool.
Okay. Back to my story, Dakota.
Yes, sir.
So that microphone that Tom sent to Scott, he actually didn't send that to Scott. I told him to keep that going to piss you off for the week. Scott bought himself a microphone.
No, he didn't.
Scott went on Amazon after he was on. He listened to the episode, didn't like his sound quality, so he shipped a microphone to himself at Wrigley. And then Justin Steele, who was there for the birth of his baby, he was at Wrigley working out because he wasn't with us on the trip. He was he sent us all the picture. Yeah. Sent us all the picture of Scott's mic. So we kept that going to upset you that Tom was replacing you with Scott, but in fact, Scott is replacing you with himself.
That's incredible. That
he's expecting a lot more appearances because he's got the
How
professional.
bad does that guy want to be on the pod?
Last week was probably the best day of his life. I let him live his dream. He
was great. He had a great time. He hung out, gave his opinions. We actually really went through your sheet. You had a lot of good stuff you wrote down.
Well, that's good.
Dakota knows. He listened to the episode.
Yeah, of course.
No. Yeah, he definitely listened.
Of course. Do you think I will never listen to one I'm on? I hate hearing my own voice. I feel like I sound like an idiot. I never listen to myself.
Speaking of you sounding like an idiot, what's going on with the mustache. This is a great look for you.
Wow, he said not sounding like an idiot anymore. He said you look like an idiot.
Nope, didn't say that.
I mean,
it
is what it is.
When did this start? What's the theory here? What's the play?
I shaved it like a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, or it was a week ago because we were doing a 4th of July. We did 4th of July as a team. We flew that day, so we wore American outfits. So I thought, let's shave into a stash while I had American flag pants on, and I had on a polo that was like a bunch of troops, and it was another USA shirt, and then I shaved into a mustache, and I was just trying to look as American as possible, you know?
That's a full mustache. That's a full stash.
Oh, yeah. It's thick. It's kind of gross.
How you feeling on the bump with that thing? You feel intimidating?
Oh, yeah. I feel like you see him. It's going one of two ways. Either this guy is a joke and he's getting shit on and he's going to give up bombs, or I'm going to go out there and I'm going to shove. And they're going to be like, we just got struck out by a guy with that mustache. It's going to hurt.
I think if you were a Yankee, that's a really good look.
Oh, yeah.
For a Yankee.
It's working for Matt Carpenter.
That's a good point.
That guy's unbelievable, huh? He doesn't miss.
Before we get into the good stuff, I just saw a tweet, friend of the pod, Kyle Schwarber, home run derby.
That's going to be, listen, this is the start of the good stuff. One of the things I'm very excited for heading to LA, this home run derby is going to be absolutely bonkers.
Wait.
Are you in it?
If you're not handing out Parsay like it's going out of fucking style for that home run derby, we have some issues.
Listen, if I give people Parsay on the field, MLB is going to tackle me. You know how many sponsors they have?
That they know what's in those fucking cups that they're all drinking out of?
It's all water and Gatorade.
Come on.
You're right. Parsay should send a box of Parsay to LA, and then I'll hand it out to my teammates and say, hey, guys, congrats on being all-stars.
You know how, like, when a guy on your team's in the home run derby, like, you go up sometimes and, like, they'll jokingly, like, talk to him, dap him up with a towel. Do you think you will be out there with Bryce Harper helping out Schwarber?
I don't know if Bryce will make it out to LA.
Well,
I don't know if he's going to come out to participate because he's hurt. He might just take the time at home. But do I think that maybe I can get Schwarber a Gatorade, give him a towel during his timeout? Maybe. Maybe I'm that guy. Maybe I'm the guy that can help him win this thing. I think Pete Alonso, Schwarb, and Acuna.
Yeah,
I saw.
Acuna's in it.
It's going to be a great field. I don't know who else is going to hit.
Did you say Pujols? I didn't hear you say Pujols.
Oh, Pujols is in too.
He's in the home run derby?
Yeah, kind of dope.
Yeah, cool.
I mean,
hey, throw him back the clock.
I love it.
There's no way, right? There's no way he wins.
If he wins, that would be – God, that's a lot of swings. That's a lot of swings.
So many swings, dude.
I'll tell you who my money's on.
Acuna.
Juan Soto's in it?
Acuna.
No, I'm going either Soto or Schwarber.
No,
I like Schwarber. Pete Alonso's won twice. I want to see Crone in it. Then it's like all NL guys. I guess they have to have a couple AL guys in it, but I want to see Crone because he's
in it?
Huge.
I thought isn't there? There's only 5. He's not in it.
There's only 5?
No,
there's always 8.
The thing I just looked up was only 5.
They haven't decided because like not everybody wants to do it, so it's kind of like we got to throw some flyers out there, see if anybody would be in it.
Maybe Ian Happ would like to.
It. No,
Happ, I feel like in this, I mean this in the nicest way. You don't seem like a home run derby type of player.
Listen, I don't. That's not my BP strategy. I think I could at least participate, but it would be right-handed. PP would be throwing me stuff, and I'd be in the bucket. But they're not inviting the guy with 8. They're not inviting the guy with 8 pumps into the derby.
Yeah, it's just not your game. That's fine. That's definitely Schwarber's game. I can't wait to watch Schwarber.
Wait, let me talk about this for a second. We were just in LA.
Dude, I want to get into the juicy stuff.
Okay, hold on. We were just in LA. And BP during the day there is outrageous. The ball flies. What?
You took BP during the day?
No. Well, yeah, you take day.
Like for
BP.
Day games, you took BP?
No. Like you take BP at 3:00 for a 7:00 or 5 or 4.
Zach, is this your first time playing baseball?
7:00 game. BP's at 5, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't say
BP's at
5:00
3:30. So you're watching the ball fly during the day, the same time the derby's going to be at, because it's a 4:00 derby, because it's 7:00 Eastern, right? So I'm telling you, the ball jumps there during the day. That's the first thing. The second thing is, MLB is going to juice the balls for the derby. They always do. And then you have these very strong lads who are going to be swinging very hard. Like, there's going to be some balls out of the stadium there. Out of this, I'm telling you, you're going to see multiple out of the stadium
Soto
balls,
could hit
and it's going to be
500.
Oh yeah, especially with the juice balls, because they give them they're like, no, we don't wind the balls tight anymore. Just kidding. For the derby, they're pebbles.
See, but like, I want that for the derby. Like, no one wants to go and watch a guy hit 5 homers in the whole round. Like, I want to see just nuke after nuke.
Yes, so do I. But at this stadium during the day with hot balls and
afternoon
and strong hitters, you're going to see some absolute mammo homers. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. Great place for the derby. The ballpark is humongous. The stands, not the actual surface, the stands. And it's going to be very loud, unbelievable sound system. It's going to be a really cool place for
That's so sick that you get to be on the field for that too. Oh,
yeah, that's going to be really cool.
Sick. That's so cool.
You know what he's going to be doing, Dakota? You know what he's going to be doing is networking.
100%. You think he's just going to be sitting there watching? No, he's going to be going around, seeing who he can talk to, seeing what businesses he can get his hands in.
There's going to be people working for like TBS or whatever it's on ESPN. They're going to be like, we're trying to find Ian Happ for an interview, and we can't seem to get him. And you're just going to see him in the background chopping it up, shaking notes with somebody.
But he'll be talking to guys in like suits, not other players. Like, he'll be talking to like the higher ups.
Come on, guys with like the big watches.
Is he going to do the Odell Beckham? Is he going to do the Odell Beckham to the Yankees? Come get me. Come get me.
Hey man, come on. You gotta come get me. Cash, come on, man.
I don't even know what that is. Is that an NFL reference?
Odell Beckham. Recently? It was like a rumor that when he was on the Browns, he would like walk past the sideline. I forget what team, and he'd be like, "Hey, come get me! Like, come get me! Like, come trade."
He'd cover his mouth up, like, "Come get me."
Yeah,
man.
That's hilarious.
And that's what you're gonna be doing. We said
we're getting into the juicy stuff. No, Ian, stop.
Okay, what do you want?
Stop, Ian.
Stop.
What
do you mean? What do I want? We want from start to finish your day on, was it Sunday, Saturday? Did you have any ideas?
Sunday.
Talk us through the meeting. Talk us through everything. How stressed were you when you saw a meeting on the board? Did you think it was just for Contreras? Let's go. Okay, so have the floor, 5-10 minutes, whatever you want. Uninterrupted. Sorry.
They told Contreras on Friday after the fan vote. Whenever the fan vote happened, they told Contreras. So we knew him 2 days before, I think, Friday. So I knew, obviously, that I had a chance. I knew that the player voting would decide the reserves, and was definitely up there in WAR and some other metrics, and like that helped with the player vote. It is like a nerve-wracking, definitely a nerve-wracking couple of weeks, because like you know that, especially once you're out of the fan vote, you got no chance. So then you're just kind of like waiting on player vote and reserves and stuff, and you still have to go out and play every day and like do that. But it is like you want, especially you want to be an all-star. Like you want it so bad that it's like waiting for a big moment in the year, So I know Sunday's the day. Rossi, and I know because we had a day game West Coast, so it was going to happen in the middle of the game, which was like tough, the show. So Rossi calls that 11 o'clock meeting, 11. And he leads with talking about all-star break travel. So he's like, yeah, we're gonna fly to Philly, and then we're gonna have a workout that day, and so he's like just talking about travel, and I'm like, I think it's coming at some point during this talk.
Hang on, were you nervous that since he was only talking about travel and all that stuff, were you like, fuck, I'm toast?
No, not completely. I had confidence.
We had life. But
I was a little bit, I guess I was a little bit nervous, but I was kind of like, all right, Because I would have been pretty upset. I would have been pretty upset if I didn't get it. But I was like,
would you have taken it to Twitter?
No,
absolutely not.
I'm kidding.
But I was waiting, and then finally, he finishes up, and then he's like, "And Happ's an all-star," and just like flood of emotion. I mean, that whole like weight off your shoulders, the people that in the clubhouse that like you've spent a bunch of time with, like all the guys you play with throughout the year, and like that's really cool to get like daps from all your teammates and like dudes that are like, hey man, you really deserve this, guys you respect. The crazy thing is like coaches that you've been with for a really long time, like been with Hotovy since I was a rookie, PP since 2016. Like that was super special. Rossi and I've been together a while, and there's other coaches and staff members that have like seen you play for so long. Like that one's really cool. Had a really special moment with Wilson, really special moment with Nico, and then calling the family. Like I went back into a Danny Mueller, clubhouse guy, him and VJ too. Really cool moment with those guys. But I went back
your first call.
What?
Can I guess your first call?
Sure.
Chris.
Julie.
Oh, that's bad thought by me. That's dumb.
So Dakota, they're engaged now. Like
I know, but like I know his brother's like his best friend, and I was like, it's got to be Chris.
But like, you don't want to be in the doghouse when you get put on the All-Star team.
That's probably should have been. That's a good call to choose Julie.
Like,
good pick.
If she said like, you're not going because you didn't call me, what's he gonna do? Say no?
I had Danny find me a room where I could have some privacy. So I was in this like back storage room in Dodger Stadium, which is an absolute maze of a clubhouse. And I called Julie first and told her, and then I called my brother. He didn't answer.
Oh,
so then I called my mom. A lot of tears, a lot of emotion, a lot of happy tears, and then finally got a hold of Chris again. And those phone calls, like I don't know, I can't keep it together. I'm like a little baby. No. I just cry like a little baby.
Were they all fired up?
Yeah, everybody was so excited. It's just like some, years of work and emotion and all that stuff comes out, and then you have to go play a game, and 2 hours later, that's tough.
I think didn't you double your first AB too?
Yeah, I did. Double.
Guy's not phased by anything. Oops. Imagine not voting that guy in.
What about did Sally Bunkers get a phone call or just a text?
I texted. Well, I guess it was so close to game time where, like, I called those people and then I went right back into my. I found out 2 hours before the game, so I like called those people and then went right into my pregame routine, and then after the game had a bunch of texts and answered and called people and stuff.
So sick.
So, I mean, it was really cool when we found out. Scott texted us. He said it, like, hey, we have a meeting at 11. Like, we think it's, could be being an all-star. And then a few minutes later, he texted us that you were, obviously, we texted you. But, like, it was cool for us. I don't know speaking for myself, we met you in 2019 when you were optioned. Like, that it's not that long ago. It might feel like it, but that was 3 years ago. Like, people forget, like, you've been on a tear since you were called back up, but it's like you got called back up in July and you weren't playing all that well. I
wasn't playing all that much.
Right. And it's just crazy to think about that a few years ago, you were optioned, you were in AAA, declining to room with Dakota and I, it's just like when you think back to that, it's pretty cool where, you've come from, how we've grown, where we are now. I think it's really, really special. We have a kind of like a front row seat to it all, and it's been pretty cool.
I was the same as Zach. I was fired up when Scott texted me. I ran around. We had a game going on when we found out. I just told everybody I could find. Everybody I found in the dugout told everyone in the bullpen. Machi goes, Dixon Machado goes, do you think he'll smile now?
I knew he was
like he might smile once or twice now.
Thinking back like that, like 19 and like what that was for, was it 4 months in Iowa and that struggle and like grinding that out and then getting back up and like not playing all that well until the last couple of weeks of the season, like getting a chance to play and then Even like last year, I was thinking about like at this time last year, around this time last year, was hitting $180 and just like having no clue what side of the bat I was holding. So like to get a chance to play every day and like have that all come together, really, really cool. And I think that's what made like that moment with Nico so special was like, you know, we all lived together in 2020 and went through that. And like Nika caught up at the end of 19, obviously, but you know, we kind of all got to experience that together and then have it come all the way full circle like that. That was really kind of a special thing to think back on.
Yeah, that's sick. That's sick. That and you got Scotty there too.
And Scotty's just leaking news right away, huh?
He
was like text
I think he probably had his phone out during the meeting, and as soon as it happened, he probably sent the text.
He said, "We got tears."
They were like, you know, whenever you have those meetings, they're like, "Hey, it's not going to be announced for another hour. Like, don't tell anybody." Scott's immediately like, "Hey,
we should have tweeted." Well, that's why I probably shouldn't have been telling everyone, but I mean, we had a game going on.
Were people in the stands yelling?
Yeah, there was some nice like people on deck circle. There was actually some nice few Dodger fans sometimes can be a little mean. And there was some nice comments.
Saying stuff like that's not a good way to get traded there, Ian.
Well, I don't think they're mean if you're on their team. They're just mean if you're not on their team.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
No. What do you got?
Were you gonna bring up that tweet, Zach?
That's exactly where I was going. Yeah. So like again, I even sent it to my parents. Like there was a tweet that surfaced this morning. Somebody tweeted at us. I retweeted it. If you guys want to go and look at it, I don't want to spoil it. I mean, it's again just little things that you would never tell that you've done. Like you would not go out there and tweet about it. It's just like little things that, again, Ian, you don't look like the most friendly person when you know.
Whoa!
Hey,
I think you do, man. I think you got a bright smile. It's I love talking to you.
Hey, are you done?
Very welcome.
Can we be real for a second or no?
Go ahead.
No, it's just like there's more to it than being the baseball player Ian, as we all know. You're a podcast host, but then the tweet again. Don't want to spoil it. I don't know if you've seen it, if you read about it. Just helping. A kid that you've recognized and just like little things like that. I think it's.
Dakota, you think his mic shut off? Or?
Yeah, I thought he was like crying or something.
Sorry, no, I pressed the mute. I pressed the mute button on accident.
Oh, I thought he was like choking up. I was like, "Whoa, man, take it easy. It's a fun show."
No, like I just said, it's pretty special for little things like that.
Yeah, no, that tweet was I saw that tweet like right before you sent it in our group, Zach, and I was like, that's pretty cool. It's like 11 pieces or something like that, or 14. It's like a thread.
I haven't looked at it yet, but I will.
It's very much worth the read for all our listeners out there. Zach retweeted it. Yeah, just go to Zach's.
I do know who that is. It's Luke's mom. Luke's a good kid. He's at those Iowa games in 19, grinding it out with us.
Still here, still grinding.
Still being a fan. You know what you love, Dakota?
I love athletic greens.
Yeah, you do.
Got them in my locker. I'm going to go to the field right now and have some.
What's your favorite part about athletic greens? Is it the 75 high-quality vitamins, minerals, and whole food source superfoods and probiotics?
It's the delicious taste.
That it only contains less than 1 gram of sugar? Less. No GMOs, no nasty chemicals. Less than $3 a day.
Zach, do you drink yours?
Yes. I actually gave a bunch of mine to my girlfriend too. And we had an order through the compound. So we got plenty.
Ooh, nice. Did you use the code?
Of course.
Nice.
20% off.
Oops. Would you call yourselves an Athletic Greens family?
A relationship, yeah.
Family. Putting the pressure on. Ian's engaged. He's putting the pressure on Zach.
To make it easy, Athletic Greens is going to give you a free 1 year supply of immune boosting. This is always a tough ad read for me. Supply of immune supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs for your first purchase. athleticgreens.com/compound. athleticgreens.com/compound. To take ownership of your health. Dakota loves it.
I love it. It's delicious.